Hello everybody, how's it going, and welcome back to another Gekishin Squadra video. And in today's video I want to go over the divine combo card list. I want to talk about, kind of just some safe picks that you can do if you don't know what's going on, some of my favorite combos, and then there's just a card that I think is so strong that it's kind of a must-have. For me personally, it's a must-have. I use it on every single game, every single build. I use it every single time because it's my favorite. It's just my favorite combo card right now. So I'm gonna talk about that. I know the game came out 2 days ago. I have been busy, but I have been playing, as you guys can see. I am here. Let me show you. I'm number 24 on the badge. I've D ranked. This is where I'm at right now. I've been playing a bit, so I just kind of want to go over my divine combo card list and what I like to use. So let's go ahead and just talk about the first one, and that's going to be Lightning Swift. I absolutely love this card when I'm playing damage. I enjoy how much extra damage that it gives you when you do go ahead and advance with Vanishing Step, Flash Step, whatever you want to call it. When you go ahead and go on your enemy, it's going to give you that little oomph to go ahead and get the kill, because sometimes I'll have just enemies going away with just a tiny bit of sliver health, but with this it actually goes ahead and confirms me the kill. So I actually do really enjoy Lightning Swift, and it does have some fun combos with other cards. So this is something that I've been always picking in my games. You can go ahead and use Snowball, but if you're behind, or if you guys are trading, you aren't really going to get much value out of this. So if you're doing it, if you want like a damage type of card, this card you are always going to get advantage. You're always going to get value out of it. This one, you're only going to get value out of it if you are actually, snowballing the enemy team, and this is just going to allow you to snowball even further. So really how I kind of look at it is off of my first confrontation with the other side. If, we get a kill, or it kind of just like we get them super low and they run, I would go ahead and pick up Super Snowball, because, at that point we're already getting the snowball going because we're getting the farm, they're running away, and we're already building our advantage. So this is just going to help me build up even more advantage on my enemy. But if the fight's kind of even, I'm going to go ahead and get Lightning Swift, because again, that's going to give you that little extra push to go ahead and get the advantage over the enemy team. So if I'm looking for a damage card on my first card, I'm going with either of these depending on the situation. The next card is Build Up. Build Up is a freaking amazing card on any character. There's really not a character that you can't take this up and get value out of. You get every 2 KOs or assists on an enemy PC, you're getting up to 10 times defense. I don't know what that means. I think it's just a stacking thing maybe, but no matter what, you're getting value out of this, and it's just like really noticeable value too. It is very strong card, so if you really don't know what you want to grab, go ahead and just grab Build Up. You are going to get guaranteed value out of it, and I think it's really strong on just every character right now. Just the more defense is keeping you alive, keeping you in battle longer. I build it on every tank. You feel so much tankier. I think it's just a really great card to grab if you don't know what's going on. Next, we have Too Easy. Gives you extra HP for 2 seconds. It's okay. I'm not a huge fan of it. If I'm going for like a tankier build, I'm just gonna grab Build Up, because I think Build Up's way better. You can grab this if you want to, but I would always recommend just going Build Up or one of these two in Snowball or Lightning Swift instead. I haven't found much value out of this. That's just kind of all I have to say on this card. I have to experiment with it a little bit more, because I've just been grabbing one of these 3 instead, because I think they're just so much stronger. So if you enjoy this card, grab it. It's not going to be, I don't think it's that big a difference from when I've used it. Next, we have Strategic Escape. It's going to boost your move speed slightly when you are running away. I like this on support characters that kind of need to get away. If your ally dies and you're alone and you need to go get back to your God of Destruction, I'm not going to be building this on like a tank or an attack. So it's really just, I kind of used it most on Frieza, is where I have tried it out and have seen value out of it, because as Frieza, you're just dropping Dodoria or Zarbon down, and then you're kind of just hightailing it around or out of there. you know, depending on the situation, and just kind of using them to help out your other teammate while they are fighting. So this is kind of the only time I've ever decided to take it. Again, just any of these three gives me way more value than this, so it's not something that I really take. So this I have never taken, as you only get value out of it when you're attacking the God of Destructions, and then it shortens your cooldown that you just used. Yeah, this is really just like a God of Destructions, man. I had a enemy Boo who would camp in the clouds and camp in the bushes and just wait for the God of Destruction to come to the tower, use this, and then come out and just spam the abilities on the God of Destruction, and he won, which is kind of crazy because my top laners weren't paying attention, and he just snuck down to our lane while we were fighting the other two and was doing that. So, you know, it's, if you really want to do that gimmick, I could see it be working or worthwhile, but really, if that's all you're doing, you really just pick one of these three over these three, is my opinion. And if you don't know what to choose, just choose build up, because build up is very strong. So let's go ahead and talk about the second row. The first one in the second row is Giant Slayer, and this is going to boost damage dealt to target in proportion to their max HP until the end of the battle. And then this activates when you hit an enemy hero with 80% or more HP. So I like to grab this when I'm playing against characters that like to just build their HP, like Cooler likes to build shields up Vegeta. If I'm playing against any tank that likes to just kind of spam big HP bars, I like to grab this because I'm going to be doing more damage. But that's really the only time I use it. If I'm in a lane where it's like too little HP bars, like if I'm in top lane, I'm not going to be grabbing Giant Slayer. Unless bottom lane is getting kind of rocked by the tank down there, I'll grab it in case when I like come up, but this is not really something that I am going out of my way to grab. The next one is Prepare to Die, and this boosts damage slightly on the enemy hero until the end of the confrontation, and then it effect greatly boosted if target lasts at least 2 seconds. So if you're attacking the same target for more than 2 seconds, you're going to get even more damage. They do the same thing in like that other games do, where they don't tell you how much it is boosted, which is kind of annoying. I wish it'd be like a 10% and then it greatly boosted like 30%. It's cool to know the numbers, but they just say slightly and greatly, which kind of sucks. So you kind of just have to either, I guess, test it out, Google it. I'm sure someone did the math, but they're just not going to tell you here. And then this activates when you hit an enemy here with 50% HP or less. So it's really kind of the opposite of this. You're doing more damage to people with higher HP bars at higher health, and then this, you're doing more damage to people with less than 50% health to kind of help you confirm the kill. This one I like more than Giant Slayer because it's going to help, it's going to activate when you kind of need it more, when you're trying to confirm that kill on to whoever you're fighting. It's going to give you that extra damage, and it's going to, I just like it more than Giant Slayer. So I grab Prepare to Die over Giant Slayer, but again, it's just kind of what's going on with your match. If you have a bunch of people with big HP bars, go ahead and grab Giant Slayer, and then if not, and you're still looking for a damage card, go ahead and grab Prepare to Die. Steel Skin, I love Steel Skin on tanks. I'll even grab it on damage sometimes if we're kind of getting rocked, just to give me that extra defense. It just reduces your damage. It's kind of really simple, but I enjoy it a lot, and paired with build up, you are a freaking beast of a tank, and that's all I can really say about it. It's really good. This is another card that you can just grab and you're automatically gonna get value out of it. So, you know, go ahead, why not? Solid Barrier creates a barrier around you that reduces the damage that you take, and then it breaks 2 seconds after. And then it'll reactivate after you don't take damage for 10 seconds. You could really grab either one of these. This is just something that breaks, and this is just something that's always going to be active. The barrier broken after 2 seconds kind of sucks, because if the enemy is smart, they can kind of just hit you, wait for it to break, and then start to burst you. So that's kind of why I see getting more value out of Steel Skin, because you're permanently getting that damage reduction, and this is very noticeable. Like, if you pick this, you literally have a barrier around you, so the enemy knows that you have this active, so they can again just hit you with rush attacks, vanish out, and then go back in and start beating the shit out of you. Or if they're a ranged damage, they can just shoot you, zone you out, and then go in and beat the fuck out of you. So this is really just like kind of more, in my opinion, this could be really, really good, and I just am an idiot, but I prefer Steel Skin over Solid Barrier. The next card, Art of Decoy. Big boost to movement speed and reduces Vanishing Step cooldown time for 4 seconds. Can be activated once every 10 seconds. Get obstructed by an enemy hero. So, like if Krillin blinds you, and I can't think of any, I'm having a brain fart, but that's kind of one of them. So whenever you get obstructed, you get a big boost to your movement speed, and then it reduces your Vanishing Step cooldown time to 4 seconds, and it can be activated every 10 seconds. So if you're fighting Krillin top lane and you want your Vanishing Step more often, go ahead and grab it. Again, I think that Prepare to Die and Steel Skin are just going to be better for you. We have Jocko. Epic Hunter and boost damage as the boss. This is another one that I just don't see very much value in, because once the boss is at like 20% HP, you're using your supers to try to confirm it anyways, and then really at that point, if there are multiple enemies at the same boss, like where Riburan or Jocko spawns, you're seeing just super galore on these bosses. So this could help you kind of get the confirm, but really it's kind of just a coin toss at that point. So you're really only fighting the boss when you know you can get it, like when you know like 3 are dead and that you can actually confirm it instead of getting it stolen by an enemy with AoE attack. So I once again see this is kind of useless to me. If you guys like it, go ahead and grab it, but I'm still grabbing either Steel Skin or Prepare to Die, or Art of Decoy if I want to just have fun with a Krillin in top lane. Solid Barrier is decent. Giant Slayer is a good Prepare to Die replacement if you're in bot lane fighting people with big HP bars. But really these two can be swapped. It's really situational depending on what you're playing against. And those are my opinions on the first 2 rows. So let's go ahead and talk about the third row. And our first one in the third row is Wicked Warrior, and this is going to boost your rush attack damage, and the condition is just to land 3 rush attacks in a row on an enemy hero. So if you're playing characters like Vegeta, Goku, characters like characters that are landing rush attacks constantly, this is a good pickup, I would say, because Vegeta, you're going to drop in your pull, they're going to be sitting there, you're going to be smacking them in the back, and you're going to just continuous build up damage. kind of all about rush damage because you're using your abilities to make your rush damage stronger. So this is a really good card to pick up for Goku Daima really likes this card as well, because the more you rush attack, the more powerful your rush attack gets in his kit and with this card, and then just the bigger AoE. So this is a good card for that as well. But it's not as good as one of the other cards in this list that I'm going to talk about, which is my favorite card to grab, and that is later on down the list. So we'll go ahead and talk about that. This deals additional energy damage to the target, boosts your speed when you're heading towards the target, and then land an attack on enemy hero with 2 skills within 2 seconds. So this is like a chase down pursuer. Yeah, this is like a chase down. I don't really grab this. I don't see much value out of it over this. If I'm grabbing this, I'm playing a rush character, and if I'm not grabbing this, like a rush attack character, and if I'm not grabbing this, I'm grabbing the other card. So I've really never grabbed this. The next one is going to be Guardian Angel, and this is going to be like you taking damage for someone else. So if your boy is getting his back blown out, grab this. If you're a tank and you're going to be taking some of the damage for him on yourself, I am not a huge fan of this because this is kind of like really unpredictable, because your boy could be getting his cheeks blown out while you're fighting, and then you're kind of just getting shit on by 2 angles, and then he could die anyways, and then you're cucked. So I don't really like the randomness of it, as you kind of have to rely on your boy not getting fucked up too much, because then you're just going to be taking damage. So I'm not a huge fan of it. I could see it like if you ran all 3 of these, you're a tank anyway, so you could be like, oh, I'm going to grab it, and now he can't die. That's a fun build to do. But if I'm not doing like this, I'm not grabbing this at all, because why would I want to take damage for someone else? They should just get out of the way, not be bad at the game. And like if you're in like Goku Spirit Bomb and you have this, you are cooked. You are absolutely cooked. Well, you're cooked anyway, but you are double cooked. So just gotta say that. Defense Step is basically just the opposite of Lightning Swift. When you Flash Step, you're going to get reduced damage by heroes for 3 seconds. And the amount of damage is greatly boosted for super attack. So if like you're in Goku Spirit Bomb, if you're getting your booty cheeks eaten out behind you and you're trying to flash away, you're going to get more defense to help you survive. I like using this sometimes when I see they have a bunch of like big AoE ults on the enemy team. Other than that, I'm not really grabbing it over the other thing because I think the other thing just gives you more value. But I do enjoy Defense Step, and I think it is a worthwhile pickup if you don't know what to grab. The next one is Backstab, and it greatly shortens cooldown time for the skill landed. And basically, this is when you land a skill, except for super attacks, on an enemy without being discovered. So this is really nice for Hit, who goes invisible. You can use your skill 1, which allows you to remain in stealth. So you're going to get that back pretty quickly. And then your skill 2, where you sneak up behind someone and stun them, you're going to get that back really quickly. So Hit really likes this skill. I wouldn't really say this has value on anyone else. I wouldn't grab this over any of the other cards, except if I'm playing Hit, because that's just fun to spam abilities. And Hit takes advantage of this card very well. So if you're playing Hit, you want to have just spammable abilities, go ahead and grab this. If not, I wouldn't recommend grabbing this. And then I want to talk about my favorite Divine Combo card, Limit Breaking Jump. I absolutely love this freaking card. This is every match, unless I'm playing like a character that takes advantage of rush attacks, I am using Limit Breaking Jump. It is so good. It gives you so much freaking value. It basically, what it does is after you use your Vanishing Step, you can immediately use another one before the cooldown ends. So basically, you just get 2 Flash Steps. And this is great for engaging. This is great for disengaging. This is great for mixing up, getting your opponents to use their abilities. This is a great freaking card. I love it because you could pair it with Lightning Swift, right? So you vanish in, hit them with Lightning Swift, and then if they're like, oh fuck, that kind of hurt, and they vanish out, you're gonna go ahead and follow their vanish with another vanish, and then you're gonna re-proc your Lightning Swift, and by that point they're cooked because you deal additional energy damage. So you just Flash Step, hit them with an energy attack, and they're gonna be like, that hurt. And then you can just Flash Step again and hit them with another energy attack. I love Lightning Swift paired with this card so much. You do so much damage for no reason. And this is good because this game has so many big AoE attacks. This gets you out of basically every single, except for Goku Spirit Bomb, because that thing is fucking enormous. This basically gets you out of every situation ever. I cannot stress how much I love this card. It is insane. This is a must get for me. Running away, it's huge. Getting out of attacks, it's huge. Engaging, it's huge. One of my favorite things to do is that I will vanish in, hit them with something, and then they're going to retaliate using their abilities. And I'll already vanish out, so all their abilities miss, and then my other teammate can just go in with all his abilities and kind of just clean the floor with them. I cannot stress how much I love this freaking card enough. This card is my favorite. Absolute favorite.